You can order the brake caliper and caliper mount used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Turn off your vehicle's ignition. Set the parking brake. Pull the hood release handle and open the hood. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. Lift the front of your vehicle. We strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Ford F-150 safely before carrying out this step. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. In order to change the brake caliper and caliper mount on your vehicle, you will need to take off the wheels to have full access. Don't forget to put the wheels under the vehicle. Turn the disc inward to make this operation easier. In order to change the brake caliper and caliper mount on your vehicle, we recommend watching our video on how to change the brake discs and pads on a Ford F-150. We show you how to remove the caliper, the pads, the caliper mount, and the discs if you do decide to change them as we have done in the video. Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work. Once you have removed all these parts, remove the caliper. Place a used pad in the caliper, then using a clamp or brake windback tool, press the pistons into the caliper. This step is essential when installing the new pads, but it also allows you to remove brake fluid contained in the caliper. In this case, we're replacing the caliper because the pistons are extremely corroded and are not functioning properly. As the pistons enter the caliper, brake fluid will flow back into the brake fluid reservoir. Place a container to collect the fluid under the caliper, since the brake fluid may leak out. Here's a tip. You can limit the amount of fluid leakage by clamping the brake hose with a vice grip and 2 sockets. It is better to use this technique if you're planning to also change the brake hose. To do this, we suggest watching our video how to replace the front brake hose Ford F-150. Using a ratchet and a 14mm socket, unscrew the banjo screw connecting the hose to the caliper. It is best to get help to avoid spilling the remaining brake fluid from the caliper. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the copper seals from the brake hose fixture. If you aren't replacing the hose, brush the surface of where the hose touches the caliper using a wire brush or sanding paper. Grab the new seals and the new banjo screw. Install all of them on the hose. You can order the brake caliper and caliper mount used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Grab the new set and unscrew the holding screws from the brake caliper. Grab the caliper. Screw the banjo screw that connects the brake hose to the caliper back in. Remove the vice grip and finish tightening using a torque wrench. You can now place the brake caliper on the wheel knuckle. You can attach it to the upper control arm with a clamp or a wire. You can purchase the parts we used here by visiting our website at CarParts.com. In order to put the brake disc, caliper mount, and brake pads back on your vehicle, we recommend watching our video on how to replace the brake discs and pads on a Ford F-150. Detach the caliper. Put the new brake caliper in place and screw in the new slide pins by hand at first. Block the rotation of the columns with a 17mm wrench and screw the slide pins back in using a socket wrench and a 13mm socket. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. When replacing a brake caliper, you need to bleed the brake fluid system to remove air from the system. To do this, we suggest watching our video, How to Bleed the Brake Fluid System Ford F-150. Clean both sides of the discs with brake cleaner and a cloth to remove the grease from installing the new pads. Then, you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put the car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the car. Caution! Before using your vehicle again, start your car and pump the brake pedal a few times to push the brake pads together again. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 30 miles or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation completed.